Let me clear out some of the players here. Make sure all our teams are assigned.
Hi, Max.
I gotta add a team. I think I got you all in now. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Thumbs up. Okay. Idea 22 was recorded for this instrument by Mexican composer Gibran Alzocar. Experience and Nuovole Bianche were composed by a player of this instrument. Max.
Ionati.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. That'll be a nag. Named Ludovico Ionati. Victors of high-profile competitions between players of this instrument include the Texan Van Cliburn and Argentina's.
Reset.
Thank you.
Yep.
Argentina's Martha Argerich. Nikolai Rubinstein initially detested Tchaikovsky's enduring first concerto for this instrument. A Polish composer who played this instrument was inspired by a dog chasing its own tail to write the minute waltz for it. Frederick Chopin played for 10 points what musical instrument consisting of black and white keys? Benji.
Okay. Piano.
Piano is correct. I'm so sorry, Max. Oops. Directed questions for Meiji. A common misconception states that this principle is the reason why airplanes can fly due to the shape of their wings causing lift. For 10 points each, name this principle, which states that as the speed of a fluid, such as air or water, increases, its pressure decreases and vice versa.
Oh.
Is it Bernoulli?
Is that your answer?
Do it.
Bernoulli direct.
Bernoulli's principle is correct. In the equation
Nice.
for Bernoulli's principle, pressure can also be replaced with this form of energy that is contrasted with kinetic energy.
Is it static energy?
Potential? Yeah, the static.
Static energy?
Incorrect.
Oh.
Potential energy. Bernoulli's
It is
principle can only be applied to fluids and gases with a low value for this quantity. This quantity is equal to the ratio of the speed of an object in a medium to the speed of sound in it.
It might be temperature, but I don't know. Science means
know.
Need an answer.
temperature?
Correct answer was Mach, the Mach number.
Whatever that is. Okay.
All right. Clearing buzzers. Toss up number 2. In a play set in this country, characters convince others of the death of Dr. Godspeak. That play is Requiem for a Futurologist. In another play from this country, a character is called an eater of leftovers by his son who returns Benji.
Nigeria?
That is correct with power.
Nice.
Nice.
Directed questions for Meiji. Participants of this event were influenced by Southern Baptist minister Issachar Roberts and were known as Longhairs for 10 points each. Name this bloody 19th century rebellion against the Qing dynasty led by Hong Shoshen, who claimed to be the younger brother of Jesus.
I think Tianjin
Rebellion? Like Boxing Rebellion?
It is.
Taiping.
I think it is. Or is it
Taiping.
Taiping?
Taiping.
Taiping.
The Taiping Rebellion sought to establish a kingdom denoted by this name. This divine concept also names a mandate that asserted the legitimacy of ancient Chinese rulers.
Isn't it just mandate of heaven?
It's like divine right?
No, mandate of heaven. Mandate of heaven.
Heaven. Heaven direct. Heaven direct.
Correct. This British general gained the nickname Chinese for putting down the Taiping Rebellion with his ever-victorious army. He died at the siege of Khartoum while fighting the Mahdist revolt in Sudan.
Cromwell? I don't know. I actually have no idea.
Answer?
Say like Ming.
Cromwell.
Correct answer was Charles George Gordon. That is 2 bonus questions.
Yeah. All right.
Clearing buzzers. Going for toss-up number 3. Eggs of organisms displaying this behavior are accepted due to fear of retaliation in Ahmad Zahavi's mafia hypothesis. Emery's rule states that the klepto form of this behavior occurs between closely related species. Maz.
Mimicry?
That is incorrect. Cuckoos engage in the brood type of this behavior since they rely on other birds to care for their young. Exhibits the endotype of this behavior, while the ectotype is exemplified by the interaction of For 10 points, name this type of ecological relationship in which one organism benefits at the expense of the other. Ray.
Parasitism.
Parasitism is correct. Your directed questions. Answer the following about colonial poets for 10 points each. This 17th century Puritan woman wrote the collection The 10th Muse, lately sprung up in America. This author wrote that if ever two were one, then surely we, in a poem addressed to her dear and loving husband.
Smith.
Was Anne Bradstreet. Another colonial poet, Alice Wheatley, wrote a poem dedicated to the excellency of this man, who was the first president of the United States.
Washington.
Correct. This author of The Wild Honeysuckle and The Indian Burying Ground is known as the poet of the American Revolution. He often critiqued George Washington himself while writing for the National Gazette. Answer?
For no.
I'm sorry?
Is it like venue?
You're really buzzing out. Can I get you to answer one more time?
For no.
Yeah, Philip for now is correct.
Did he say like parrotism when he buzzed?
Are you arguing that that should not be counted?
I
I heard all of the consonants in parasitism, but the vowels were not like the emphasis was wrong. But I heard all the consonants. I could be wrong.
Teammates, what do we think? Maz and Tejas and Sade.
They said
I-
parasitism, right? They just added an extra sound, so I don't think we should. I don't think we should.
I think we should.
Okay. But I think we just keep like, okay, that's fine.
Okay. Clearing buzzers. Concept number 4. A ruler with this name supposedly. We gotta make sure we're muted because I've got a lot of feedback there. A ruler with this name supposedly killed his wife by suffocating her in a boiling bath. A ruler with this name uttered that the city has fallen and I am still alive after his city was surrounded. That ruler of this name was the final emperor of the Byzantines. Another ruler with this name defeated Maxentius at the Battle of Teas.
Constantine.
Constantine is correct for power. Your
Good buzz,
direct
good buzz.
at Meji. This state's Roe River has been named the shortest in the world by some sources. For 10 points each, name this western state that is also the source of the Missouri River.
Montana.
Oh.
Montana.
That is correct. This tributary of the Missouri River flows through Montana, passing the city of Billings. This river shares its name with a national park in Wyoming, home to the Old Faithful Geyser.
Oh, yeah.
Yellowstone.
So,
Yellowstone.
That is correct. A river in southwest Montana with this name is known for its fishing. The Missouri River flows through a range named for the state flower of Montana.
I don't know. Just say a random flower. Daffodil.
Daffodil. Daffodil, yeah.
Correct answer is bitterroot for 2 correct answers for your toss-up.
Nice geo, Tejas. Nice.
let's go. Geo goat.
Toss-up number 5. A message in this biblical book endorses one church for hating the works of Nicolaites, which I also hate. One river in this book dries up to allow for the kings of the east to cross. Thyatira, and Sardis are among the 7 churches of Asia addressed in the beginning of this book by John of Patmos. In this book, 1/3 of the world's rivers, Max.
Revelation.
Revelation's correct. Your directed questions. Claudio Monteverdi developed his career at the court of this city, where the opera L'Orfeo premiered, for 10 points each. Name this city where, in an 1832 opera, the title character's daughter, Gilda, is killed at the hands of the assassin, Sparafusile. In that opera, a duke from this city sings about the fickleness of women in the aria La Donna Immobile.
Venice.
Sorry, the correct answer was Mantua. The aria La Donna Immobile is sung by the Duke of Mantua in this opera about his title hunchbacked court jester.
Answer.
Correct answer was Rigoletto. Rigoletto is by this Italian composer of Nabucco and Aida. Answer? Correct answer was Verdi. So that was no correct answers on that bonus. Toss up. Number 6. The divergence of J is equal to the negative rating of change of this quantity's density by the electromagnetic continuity equation. Positive values of this quantity arose in objects possessing too much fluid, according to a theory by Ben Franklin. Gauss's law states that the electric flux through a closed surface is proportional to the amount of this quantity enclosed. This quantity's elementary type was measured by the Tejas.
Is it charge? Charge.
Charge is correct.
Let's go.
All right.
Nice.
Your directed questions. A situation where each person pays for their own expenses is known as a treat, described by this adjective. For 10 points each, name this adjective that names a tilt in which a camera is tilted sideways, causing the horizon line to slant.
What? Falling, maybe? Might be falling.
Answer?
I would say
Okay.
falling.
Correct answer is Dutch. A pot known as a Dutch oven is a pan used to make these dishes. This word comes from the French for cooking pot and refers to both certain large pans and the dishes cooked in them.
Bread. I think it's just bread. I literally just think it's bread. I'm
Answer?
just gonna say bread. Bread.
Correct answer is casserole. Double Dutch is a game played in which players jump over these namesake long objects.
Oh, rope. It's a rope.
Is that your answer? If y'all
Yes.
will, so because sometimes it's hard for me to hear y'all's discussion. If y'all will add directed, just so I know
Okay.
that.
Okay.
But that is absolutely correct.
All right.
Nice.
At least we got 10.
Toss up number 7. These people's immigration to the U.S. was aided by the Galveston movement. The phrase rootless cosmopolitans was used to deride these people who had earlier been the subjects of Alexander III's 1882 May laws. A state-sponsored Stalinist conspiracy accused these type of doctors of conspiring. Max.
Jewish.
Jewish is correct. Just missed power there. Directed questions. This object prompted one man to order the slaughter of 3,000 people by the Levites for 10 points each. Name this object, which one man ground it into powder and mixed with water, forcing the worshippers of this object to drink it. Answer? Correct answer was golden calf. The impatient Israelites asked this man to create them an idol to worship, leading him to ask for their jewelry to create the golden calf, while his younger brother Moses was on Mount Sinai. Answer? Correct answer was Aaron. After witnessing his people's worship of the golden calf, Moses smashed the original tablets inscribed with this set of laws which he had received from God on Mount Sinai. These laws include thou shalt not kill and thou shalt not steal.
10 Commandments.
That is correct. And Chapo, I know y'all are in the same room and you only unbuzz to give me the answer, but just so that everything's equal, I'll get y'all to also tell me directed, if that's all right. Toss up number 8. 2 carcasses, background, a figure performing this action in Figure with Meat. A painting titled for this action was stolen along with its artist's sensuous Madonna in a 2004 theft. Inspired by Velázquez's portrait of Innocent X, Innocent X, Francis Bacon titled a series of popes performing this action. In a painting titled for this action, 2 men in coats walk along a bridge away from the sexless central figure. The hazy red sky in that painting may have been inspired by the eruption of Krakatoa. For 10 points each, name this action, which titles an Edvard Munch painting of a man. Benji.
Scream?
Scream is correct.
Nice.
Benji the goat.
Didn't know what it was asking.
Here's your directed questions.
All right.
The tidal phenomenon of a poem by this man is heard as far inland as Sturton Tower and Camelot and starlit Stonehenge. For 10 points each, name this author of Channel Firing who in a novel wrote about a tidal wife of Angel Clare being executed for stabbing her rapist Alec.
I think this that reminds me of Angelou. I'm just gonna say Maya Angelou. Direct.
Correct answer was Thomas Hardy. This other poem by Thomas Hardy begins with the speaker leaning upon a coppice gate when frost was spectre gray.
I have no idea.
These are super hard for Div 3. Pass.
Correct answer was the Darkling Thrush, and I agree. I think these are hard. Hardy's poem, The Convergence of the Twain, describes the steel chambers of this ship. This ship sank after striking an iceberg in the Atlantic.
Oh, the Titanic. Correct.
Very good.
What was that? Was really hard.
I think a lot of times they have the hard ones and then they'll throw like a crazy easy one in. So it kind of evens out. Toss-up question. A character created by this author has his pocket knife stolen by William Dane. In a novel by this author, a banker is blackmailed by John Raffles for making a profit pawning stolen goods. In a novel by this author of Adam Bede, the death of the horse Wildfire prompts Dunstan Cass to steal the gold of the title Weaver of Raveloe. This author wrote about the marriages of Dorothea Brooke to Edward Casaubon and Will Ladislaw in the title Town in a novel subtitled A Study of Provincial Life. For 10 points. Benji.
Elliot.
That is correct.
Nice.
Nice. Good buzz.
Directed questions. The Codex Vigilanus provided some of the earliest examples of this system in the West. For 10 points each, Fibonacci's book Liber Abaci helped to popularize what system in medieval Europe that was invented around the 500s in India?
I'm gonna guess it's the feudal system, to be honest. All right, feudal system direct.
The correct answer was Arabic numerals.
Oh,
Treatises
okay.
on the use of Arabic numerals were written by numerous Abbasid mathematicians and philosophers, most notably by Al-Khwarizmi, who himself wrote a treatise on this on this field of mathematics that you can use to solve for X.
Algebra direct.
Correct. A group name for these tools that oppose the algorist was also helped spread the Arabic numerals to Europe. These hand-operated tools were invented a millennia before the Arabic numeral system.
It's like those things.
I know what you're talking about.
I
Actually,
don't.
it was abacus, and y'all
Yeah,
definitely knew that. My apologies for my coughing. A toss-up question. A female corpse dragged out of this river is the basis for the face on most CPR dummies. An island in this river, whose name translates to Island of the Swans, contains a 37-foot replica of the Statue of Liberty. The ruined cathedral overlooks this river. This river separates 20 arrondissements into banks known as the Gauche and the Droit. This river passes Max.
Seine River.
Correct. Chapel Hill's direct questions. Due to this process, light from distant galaxies appears shifted towards longer wavelengths or redshift for 10 points each. Name or describe this process, a consequence of which is Hubble's law. The rate of this process is given by Hubble's constant, which is equal to the time derivative of the scale factor divided by the scale factor.
Is it Doppler effect?
Correct answer is expansion of the universe. The most widely accepted theory for the origin expansion of the universe is this event, which occurred 13.7 billion years ago, during which the universe was formed from a singularity.
Big Bang.
Correct. Within the first 3 minutes of the Big Bang, this process by which new atomic nuclei are created from pre-existing protons and neutrons occurred. It was the subject of the Alpha Beta Gamma paper.
No answer.
Nucleosynthesis. So that is one directed or one toss-up question. All right. At halftime here, the score stands, and the score sheet still doesn't count the negs. Maybe it does. It's definitely not doing it correctly. Round one might have been off too. So the correct score is 145 to 75. I hadn't scrolled down. That was why I didn't think things were totaling, because it was my fault because I couldn't see. 145 to 75. Take a 1 minute break and then come back. Does that sound all right?
No complaints for me.
I'm sorry. I realized that I was being super dumb earlier, and I had scrolled down to see the actual scores. For your first game, it was 135 to 240. Y'all are right. My mental load of trying to read the questions was too much to pay attention to what you were trying to tell me. So my apologies. Everybody ready?
Yeah.
Toss up number 11. After launching a revolution, a political party of this ethnicity established the second constitutional era and was known as the Committee of Union and Progress. Secularism and statism were included as a part of the 6 arrows of this ethnicity's political ideology, known as Kemalism. That ideology is named for the father of this ethnicity who belonged to their namesake Young movement against Sultan Abdul Hamid II. For 10 points, name this ethnicity, which includes a modern-day country governed home to Istanbul. Ray.
Turkish.
Turkish is correct. Your directed questions. In this work, the middle of three lodgers declares that they will not pay rent to the protagonist. For 10 points each, name this story whose protagonist, while trying to listen to the violin playing of his sister Grete, is killed after an apple is launched into his back by his father.
No answer.
Metamorph.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take no answer because y'all said that first, but it was the Metamorphosis. This Czech author of the trial wrote about Gregor Sazma in the Metamorphosis. Do you have an answer?
No.
Correct answer is Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka also wrote a short story set at one of these places where an officer brutally attempts to inscribe the words "Be just" on his body. Do you have an answer?
No.
The correct answer is penal colony. Penal colony. Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it's supposed to be SAMHSA. I looked at that and I read it and I was like, that does not seem right. It's got a typo in here. It's been a couple of typos.
Okay, that's strange.
Yeah, but I don't know if you noticed, but I paused. I was like, that doesn't feel right. But thank you. So that was 0 for that bonus. Unlocking buzzers, directing questions. Or I'm sorry, toss-up question. Following this event, Kimberly Cheadle stepped down from her highest position. Stephen Bennell, aka Destiny, was temporarily banned from the platform Kit for making inflammatory remarks about a fatality of this event. Firefighter Corey Comparatori. Explosives were found in the car of this event's perpetrator from Bethel, Benji.
The assassination attempt on Donald Trump?
That is correct.
Nice.
Directed questions. You've been getting those gains at the gym. For 10 points each, answer the following about the science of building muscle. This is the scientific name for the growth of muscle cells. This term generally refers to the increase of the volume of an organ or tissue due to the enlargement of its cells.
It's just like
I honestly don't know.
science. I think. Okay, just say muscle growth and leave it at that. All right. Muscle growth. Direct.
Hypertrophy.
Oh yeah.
This hormone, which in males is produced in the testes, plays a crucial role
Testosterone.
by stimulating protein synthesis. Let me finish, but yes. Consuming adequate amounts of protein results in the strengthening of muscle fibers made up of this protein and myosin. The cytoskeleton includes microfilaments made of this protein.
It's actin direct.
Actin is correct. So that is
Nice.
2 for your bonus questions. Clearing the buzzers. Toss-up number 13. The number of these interactions for orally active drugs is limited by Lipinski's rule of 5. This interaction occurs between every 4th residue of an alpha helix. The higher melting point of guanine-cytosine pairs are MAS.
Hydrogen bonds?
Can you repeat that? You are muted for the first syllable.
Hydrogen bonding?
That is correct.
Nice.
Nice.
It's also correct with power.
Let's go. Sorry.
Your directed question. This man began one speech by quoting the line, "Their foot shall slide in due time." For 10 points each, name this preacher who compared people to spiders held above a fire in his sermon, "Sinners in the Hands of an Angry God."
It's like maybe it's
Answer?
Roger direct.
Right answer is Jonathan Edwards. Edwards was a leader in the first of these religious revivals that swept through America in the 1730s. The Burned-Over district was the center of its second wave.
Okay, second. The Great Awakenings. Direct.
Correct. Like fellow
Okay.
preacher George Whitefield, Edwards belonged to this faction, which split from its Orthodox counterpart during the First Great Awakening.
No, it's not Protestants. Skibbity. Protestant.
New
Mormon?
lights. There were the new lights.
New lights. Wait. Tejas is frozen. He can't see anything.
May need to back out and come back in.
Someone drag him out and then drag him back in.
Well, I dragged him. There we go. For some reason, it won't let. I could drag out, but it won't let me drag in. I'm not sure why. And now he's not there.
Bro, what? What is he doing?
Don't know. I'm gonna have to move forward though, time wise. So that was 1 on the bonus questions. Toss-up question, buzzers are cleared. A character in this novel is conscious of his throbbing heart before meeting his lover for a skating date at the zoological gardens. A character in this novel realizes he loves his son after lightning strikes an oak tree. While racing Makoten's gladiator in this novel, the horse Frau breaks his back. The happy
there we go. Okay. Whew. That's Lolita. No! Oh my God, Anna Karenina.
So sorry, Lolita is incorrect. I will clear the buzzers and continue.
Yeah, that's understandable.
The happy marriage of Kitty and Constantine Levin occurs. Ray.
Anna Karenina.
I'm gonna have to make you say that one more time.
Anna Karenina.
I'm not going to count that right. Okay, go for it. Spell.
Karenenia.
That's not great. Anna Karenina was what we were all trying to get to. So sorry about that, y'all.
That was a tragic mispower. I knew what I was gonna say, and then it came out a completely different word. I don't know what happened there.
I tried to rule you wrong before you corrected yourself too, because I didn't want you to say it.
Yeah. That was my habit. My bad.
Also, okay. Moving forward, buzzers cleared. Toss up number 15. Elias and Barnes appear in a film set during this conflict by Oliver Stone, which was followed by the sequel Heaven and Earth. A film set during this conflict opens with a burning tree line superimposed with a man's upside down face. That film set during this conflict ends with the slaughtering of a water buffalo. The ruthless drill instructor, Sergeant Hartman, appears in a Stanley Kubrick film set during this conflict. The Ride of the Valkyries are blasted during a helicopter attack in a film by Francis Ford Coppola set during this conflict. For 10 points, Full Metal Jacket, Platoon, and Apocalypse Now are set in Ray.
Is it Vietnam War?
That is correct. Your directed questions. This figure's husband, CHHS, was killed by her brother Pygmalion for 10 points each. Name this mythical queen of Carthage. After her lover leaves her to sail to Italy, this woman stabs herself on a funeral pyre.
No answer.
Correct answer is Dido. Dido was the lover of this mythical Trojan hero and appeared in his namesake Latin epic written by Virgil. Answer? Correct answer was Aeneas. In one story, Dido outsmarted King Iarbas after making a deal that she would get all the land that she could surround with one of these things. By cutting one of these things into strips, she is said to have received the land that made up Carthage.
Silk.
Correct answer was oxen. Those were definitely some tough ones, so that's no answers on that bonus. Clearing the buzzers. Toss-up question number 16. A model of monopolistic competition developed by Avinash Dixit inspired the new theory of this process, which posits it is driven by increasing returns to scale. Dumping is a form of price discrimination associated with this process. Wassily Leontief developed his namesake paradox of this process while testing the Heckscher-Ohlin model. David Ricardo theorized comparative advantage while studying this process. Mercantilism accumulates profit through a one-sided form of this process. Protectionism, Benji.
Trading.
Trade is correct.
Okay.
Nice.
Your directed questions. In a novel by this author, two brothers, one Marxist and one Islamist, represent the path of violence towards Egypt's future, for 10 points each. Name this author of Sugar Street, which together with Palace Walk and Palace of Desire comprise a trilogy by him.
I think this is... Alright, I'm gonna go Mafal's direct.
That is correct. Mafal's Mediq Alley is titled for a street in this city. Mafal's wrote a trilogy named for this capital of Egypt.
Cairo direct.
That is correct. In Palace Walk, Amina, the husband of Al Sayyid Ahmad, shatters her collarbone during one of these incidents. After Ahmad learns of the incident, Amina is exiled from the house for 3 weeks.
How do I say it? Well, she's hit by a car. I was trying to say car crash direct.
Yeah, I would. Car crash is the correct answer, and I would have taken hit by.
Whew. Okay.
That is all three.
MG crazy.
Let's go.
Clear buzzers. Toss up number 17. Cosmologists measure both co-moving and proper forms of this quantity. A method for calculating this quantity divides 1 by the angle of the difference in position after measurements taken 6 months apart. As part of this quantity's cosmic ladder, objects with known luminosities called standard candles. Max.
Distance.
Correct. Your directed questions. Answer the following about English-speaking composer's second favorite language, Sanskrit, the liturgical language of Hinduism, for 10 points each. Gustav Holst utilized his translation of Sanskrit text for this astrology-inspired suite whose movements include Mars and Jupiter.
No answer.
Correct answer is The Planets. Numerous arias from this composer's opera Satyagraha borrow lyrics from the Bhagavad Gita. He set 3 of a Japanese author's novels to music in his score of the Paul Schrader film Mishima. Answer. Correct answer was Philip Glass.
Class.
This composer's Duel of the Fates includes a chorus singing the Sanskrit translation of a medieval Welsh poem. He wrote Chrissy's Death and Out to Sea for the film Jaws.
Wait, Williams.
John Williams is correct. Clear buzzers, toss it number 18. The narrator of this story explains how he knew that one character could not see the opening of a door. A character in this story held the bed covers tightly over his head after a man rushed in yelling, "Die, die!" The narrator of this story describes being more careful on the 8th night of entering one's character's room. The narrator of this repeatedly asks about his madness while obsessing over a vulture eye. In this story, the sound of one... Benji.
The Telltale Heart.
Correct. Your directed question. A work titled for this practice states that it is of vital importance to the state and encourages one to know the enemy and know yourself, for 10 points each. Name this practice whose art is the subject of a treatise by Sun Tzu.
War.
Direct.
Thank you. That is correct. Karl von Clausewitz called the continuation of this discipline by other means in his treatise on war. Max Weber wrote of the state's monopoly on the legitimate use of force in this discipline as a vocation.
I think this is just per rule. King? I think I might be king. Okay. King direct?
Correct answer was politics.
Oh, that was way too specific.
Thomas Aquinas built on the works of this man to claim that just war must only be used as a last resort. This early theologian and saint wrote The City of God and Confessions.
Pope
Any saint?
John Paul II. Pope John Paul II. Correct.
It was Augustine, St. Augustine. So that was 1 correct on your toss-up. Or on your bonus. Toss-up number 19. In one collaboration, this artist claims, "I'm the one you put Eliante," before describing how "I got a girl, but I still feel alone." In another song, this artist mentions the cost of yellow diamonds in the watch before stating, "IDM in vanish mode." This artist who collaborated with Metro Boomin and The Weeknd on Benji.
Roddy Ricch?
That is incorrect. Clear the buzzers. Ray.
Kanye West.
That is also incorrect. 21 Savage was what we're looking for. 21 Savage.
If I needed to wait like 3 more words and I would have got that. That's tragic.
Cleared buzzers. Toss up.
Next 5.
No.
Number 20. In this city, Oliver Sipple sued several newspapers for invading his privacy after he had saved the life of Gerald Ford. In this city, a neighborhood camera store served as the campaign headquarters for a politician whose killer was only charged with manslaughter due to the Twinkie defense. The city's mayor, George Moscone, was assassinated alongside a member of its board of supervisors who nicknamed himself the Mayor of Castro Street. The city was home to one of America's first openly gay elected officials, Tejas.
San Francisco.
Correct.
Good game, guys.
Let's go.
Bonus questions. Get off that phone and start learning its chemistry for 10 points each. This alkali metal with atomic number 3 and symbol L is found in its namesake.
Lithium direct.
Ion batteries and phones. Yeah, let me finish those. Lithium's correct. This element found in the ore wolframite is used to make the microphone and speaker in mobile phones. Its atomic symbol is W.
Tungsten direct.
Correct. This dull black metal ore is where the elements niobium and tantalum are extracted from, the latter of which is used in capacitors.
I have no idea.
You know?
Copper? Copper maybe?
Coal?
Yeah, you'll have
Coal direct.
Colton is correct, so coal is not. That is 2 on your bonus questions. That leads us to a final score of Meiji of 280 and Chapel Hill at 115. Good game, guys.
Good game.
Good game. Good game.
Good game.